Okay, yes, now I'm ready. Okay, guys, very nice to meet you. So today is an orientation type of thing. Um, Feel free to send me messages, whatever. I'll try to check my messages. Let me open my message window just in case. Yes, thank you for letting me know that my mic was off. So I'm gonna today I'm going to talk about four different things. I'm going to talk, I'll introduce myself, I'll introduce Dimitra, INTELLIGENXE, the company, and I'm going to introduce also the platform that we're building, and I'm going to talk, of course, about the internship and what's, and the details of the internship, some of the main details of the internship. So let me introduce myself. I think I'm sharing my screen. So I have this is my LinkedIn page. You can look, you can see everything about me here. And I have a lot of education. I went to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, that's MIT. That's like the IIT of the US. I got 2 masters in engineering, one in aerospace and the other in nuclear engineering from MIT. And I also have a Ph.D. from MIT in computer and math simulations. Basically what I was doing back then was artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence was not known as artificial intelligence back then. It was just basically everyone was doing something similar, but it was called computer simulations, math modeling, all kinds of stuff like that. And then I've worked a lot. I've worked in I've applied all that technology knowledge mostly to banking, to the corporate world, and lately I've been actually mostly um, focusing on AI since over the last decade or so. I've been focusing on AI and helping companies to develop their AI. In particular, one of the biggest clients we have is Dimitra, and this company focuses on developing software and artificial intelligence systems for many countries. They have contracts with Indonesia, with various African countries. They specialize in agriculture, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. I also have another LinkedIn page. Well, here, sorry. In this LinkedIn page, you're very welcome to connect with me. I have, I think, over 4,000 followers. I'll be happy to connect with you on your LinkedIn. I also have another LinkedIn. Oops, let's see this one. Yeah, this one is for Canada. I'm currently living in Canada, actually. I work remotely from Canada. And this is another LinkedIn, mostly focused with one of the clients we have, which is Dimitra, this company here, for which we've developed a lot of AI. We've developed over 30 apps on AI, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So I love education. I love working with a lot of young people, and yeah, and basically in summary, I've been basically working in technology applied to investment banking or the corporate world, and that's been a long trajectory. Now I'll talk about intelligence. So intelligence is a company that focuses on using AI for corporate strategy. Let me tell you what, and we have, let me go through this. Well, we started a long time ago, and we actually developed even some patent pendings with interns. So we have a lot of experience working with interns. We've developed methods to work very efficiently with interns. You can read all this on our website, like this stuff about this invention with interns is in this section here. We've also invented some new methods for fund management. You can read about them there, here, and this other tab here. Let's see what else. We've also done, well, we've also done other things, such as you can see some projects on reinforcement learning that has to do with trading, others with the blockchain. This one here has to do with the blockchain. And you can also read about our history here. We started a long time ago in New York, on Wall Street. You can read all that on our website. We used to have an office in the World Trade Center before the disaster, where that was a long time ago. We used to be focusing on the internet revolution back then, using the internet to basically innovate on Wall Street. And then we basically took a break because of a lot of reasons. And recently, we've actually restarted the whole thing now with focus on AI. We help companies to implement AI in their operations. One of the examples is this company, Dimitra. And as you can see here, we're here leading all the AI. And for this company, we've developed many apps. These are all AI apps that we've developed for one of our clients. And they have to do with all kinds of models for AI. So we've developed, like this is a segmentation model. This company focuses on agriculture. So we develop AI, like for this client, we develop AI for agriculture. And we've used all kinds of models for all kinds of different things. Like for example, we've used segmentation to find out the sizes and boundaries of the farms. Here I'll show you a presentation on certain apps that we've developed for them. We've also used object detection to count trees in farms using satellite images. We've also developed yield prediction models. Let me just put this here. Yield prediction models to predict yields. So these were time series AI models. We've also developed. I mean, these are just some examples of what we've done. So we've actually used all kinds of models. In this case, we've used clustering to develop the productivity zones of farms. So basically, we use various methods and we use clustering algorithms to figure out which areas of the farm are the most productive, which areas have problems. The red ones are the areas that have problems. And this is very valuable information for farmers because it allows them to focus on the areas that have problems. We've also developed object detection and classification models to basically identify the diseases that a plant has. So we've done many models for them, 30 apps in all, and most of them all of them use different models. So we've used time series, clustering, classification, neural networks, generative AI, all kinds of stuff. But what I want to tell you is that of all those projects, of all those different AI projects that we work on, I personally, and we find that the most interesting sector of AI is generative AI. Generative AI, which has to do with LLMs, which has to do with things like ChatGPT, Claude, DeepSeek, all those LLMs, large language models. Those things are extremely interesting and extremely powerful. Personally, they're my favorite compared to the other models because they basically capture or they include lots of human thinking. So, and in fact, they accumulate lots of human thinking trends and all that, and they end up being very smart and very efficient. So they're mind-boggling, as you must have experienced by using ChatGPT and all the other LLMs like Gemini, ChatGPT, Grok. There are lots of them there. So that basically leads us to so basically I lead large teams of data scientists and developers. Sometimes they do both. Like, in fact, if you guys become interns here, you'll have to practice data science as well as software development. You cannot do data science without being a good software developer. So basically, my teammates, the people I lead, usually have those two skills, which are very important. And now I'm gonna start talking uh, about our project. Let me just look at my notes. 1 second. Yeah. So yes. So we're building a platform in our company. You must have maybe read some of this here on our website. The platform is called The Strategist. And as you know, throughout the life of that intelligence and in my career personally, I've been basically applying technology to the management of companies, to the finances of companies, to the corporate world and the banking world. And this basically is just a continuation of that work. And what we're doing here is that we are designing a platform that will help managers, CEOs, it will help managers, CEOs, CFOs, the presidents of companies, the chairmen of companies, to make decisions on what to do with their companies, what steps to take with their companies. And there are some very simple methods to understand that do that. And you don't have to understand this is not your field, and it's really easy to understand anyway. And we have we have everything already modeled for you. So if you go to our website, you'll see this tab here, or this section for the strategist, which is our platform. And then this will lead you to the GitHub project for this platform. Yeah. So in short, what we try to do here with corporate strategy is just to build a platform that will help managers, top management, like the top management of companies, to make decisions on what products to sell, which markets to go to, or how to maximize their profits. Basically, the end goal, at least here in North America, in the capitalist world, and I know that in India and everywhere it's kind of the same. The goal of companies is to make the most money, and to basically do it in the long term in a sustainable way. And the way you do that is by making good decisions on what products to focus on, basically what prices to put to your products, and there are all kinds of strategies. And this platform will guide managers on how to do that. And the way you do that in simple terms, and again, you don't have to understand this, the way you do this is by analyzing the industry and the competition. Once you analyze the industry, the competition, and the players in the industry and the competition, which are, sorry, let me just go back to, I lost that. So the way, so this is the last thing I'll talk about. You don't have to worry about this, but just to give you a big picture, the way managers decide on what to do to maximize their profits is by making good decisions. And the way you make good decisions is by understanding well your industry, your competitors, and the other players in the industry. Like, you also have the suppliers for the products that you have to build. You also have the buyers of the products you build. You have competitors that want to come in your industry and basically sell substitute products. You also have the other competitors that try to do the same thing. So in our case, we'll use LLMs, and we'll use agents, and we'll first build a RAG, and then we'll build an agentic system to basically help to do a lot of research on the industry, so the managers won't have to basically do a lot of research as they do now by watching the news, reading reports of the competitors, watching the statistics. Basically, our platform will do all that for them, and we'll also have agents to actually go deeper into the analysis and do and come up with the results which will be very useful for the managers. But that's all I'm going to say about this, because you don't have to worry about the banking or financial part. All this internship has to do with building a RAG system, a GenAI RAG, and once we do that, then we go to the next level and we build an agentic workflow that uses the RAG to come up with the results for the managers, the decisions that the managers have to make. So let me continue. Let me see if I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, that's that. So now let's talk about the internship. There are two. First of all, let me tell you that we've tried. Let me just look at my notes. Yeah. So let me first mention to you or tell you something about how our field works, our AI field in software development, open source development works. So you guys are probably familiar with the most famous frameworks for AI. Like I'm sure, I mean, maybe you've heard of TensorFlow, PyTorch. Those are like the top deep learning frameworks for AI in the world. You also have scikit-learn. Those are very like the most useful and most common frameworks that the AI people use. So so these platforms are actually open source. You can actually use them for free, and in fact, you don't just use them for free. You cannot only use them for free, but you can also basically contribute to innovate them, to make them better. In fact, these open source platforms are owned by some companies. In the case of TensorFlow, this is owned by Google. In the case of PyTorch, this is owned by Meta or Facebook, basically. So these companies manage the code, or basically administer the code or maintain the code, but the work is actually, the work in developing the code is done by the community, by developers or AI people interested in using it and also adding features to it so that it will be more useful for them and the community. So the same with us. Well, in the case of scikit-learn, it's basically an open source community that maintains it. But we are basically in the same type of adventure, so to speak. In our case, we are INTELLIGENXE, and we have this open source project which is called the Strategist. And what you will learn, what we've done here is that in these other projects, you usually have professionals, like very experienced people contributing to these projects and innovating the projects. And you have all kinds of people using them, even junior people. So in our case, it's the same. We have an open source project which is called the Strategist, and we manage it, but the work is done by the community. So I'm just going to show you. So there are benefits for us, for the project owner. These are the benefits. Basically, we get to have the contributions of many developers. So basically, instead of having 10 developers paid by the company developing this thing, we have a large community. So the more heads you have working on a project, the better it is likely to be. And also, there are advantages for the contributors. The contributors get basically become more skillful. They become more visible because whatever they contribute is recorded on GitHub. Then basically they learn they learn to collaborate, to work with a community. They can influence the tool. Basically, if they have a good idea on a feature, they can propose that one, and if it makes sense, the owners will usually adopt it. And in our case, again, being a contributor requires some kind of level of expertise. So for example, to contribute to TensorFlow in the main stuff, you have to be very senior. But what we've done with INTELLIGENXE is that we made it easy for interns, for people at your level, at the senior level in school, senior students, or like senior type of students or early professionals. We make it easy for you guys to learn how to contribute to an open source project, and also we guide you on how to contribute on our project from a very basic level. And I'll tell you about that more now. But let me just look at my notes. Yeah, so in our case, all you need to do is read two pages basically. So to get to this page, let me just actually, let's go back to the website. Or actually, let's see. So you know our website is intelligence.com. You go to this section, and you click on the image here, and you end up in our GitHub repo, in our company's GitHub repo. And this platform is basically, it stores the codes and allows you to collaborate, allows you to see the code, to copy the code, and to collaborate the code, to collaborate to the code. And what's nice about this, again, one of the advantages that, one of the unique things that we have is that we make it easy for junior guys like you to actually contribute like senior developers. We close the gap by giving you some user-friendly instructions. And also, the project here is very general, very generic. A RAG is, the product is a RAG, and a RAG is basically, is a set of documents which will be used as context when you ask questions to the LLM. So it's a very specialized set of documents that you basically process them so that when you ask the LLM, such as ChatGPT or any other LLM, your questions about certain specific subject, they will be guided by those documents. So the answers from the LLM become very specialized and more useful, because if you just ask anything to the LLM, you get nice answers, you get very general answers. But the LLM sometimes have some information which is private, or some information which is usually private, or don't have some information that is very much in detail. So what I'm saying is that this project has to do with building a RAG system, and you guys can use that RAG. Since it's open source, you can help it develop it. I mean, you'll be developing it, but at the end of you'll get lots of benefits, including one big benefit, that you'll be able to actually use this for your own purposes. So all you need to do here, all you need to do to understand our repo is just focus on this page. Again, and the way you get to this page is by going to, you go to our website, you go to the strategy section, you click on this, and then you only need to focus on following the instruction in this page. It's called contributing.md. You click on that, and this is all you need to follow. In fact, it's not much. Here, this is just an introduction. So all you need to do is basically work on this project. And I will go through some of the sections of this project in a second. But this page, this is your main page, because you'll be a contributor. You can read this page and understand how open source projects work, specifically our project. And here we tell you how to get started. And getting started is very easy. You just go to this project, and basically the only pages that you need to worry about are this page, the contributing.md page, and this other page, the strategies project page. If you master those two pages, you have everything you need to finish up this and to basically do okay in this internship, or to contribute and to learn a lot. So let me just continue here. So again, let me repeat again, this is important. This is very simple. All you need to do is to follow this page, the contributing.md. It's a finite page. It's not very long, and it's very easy to read. You only need to read once you read it once, you're done. And then the other page that you need to worry that will be very useful for you will be the strategies page, this one here, that will go into some detail in a couple of minutes. But what we tell you here, and in this contributing page, we tell you about how to get started, which is by working on this. And we also tell you how to get help. And now times have changed. In the past, you used to have a tutor, you used to have a mentor, a guru, to get going on, to grow in your career and all that. But now things are very different. Now actually the LLMs, the YouTube video tutorials, the documentations, the manuals of frameworks are extremely useful. I mean, they're more useful than asking us questions. So we basically force you to do that, because that's what professionals do. Professionals, of course, they get some tips from colleagues once in a while, but most of them, they just basically do things by themselves. They either use the LLMs. We recommend Claude for coding, but you have all kinds of LLMs which are mentioned here that you can use. So currently, the professionals in AI of course they collaborate in meetings and stuff like that a little bit, but most of them, they just do everything by using LLMs. They even generate code by using LLMs. They also watch YouTube videos, tutorials. I mean, there are thousands, maybe even millions of tutorials on different things on AI. So we ask them to do that. We also guide them on the main frameworks. And on top of that, we also have a tutorials project where we have RAG tutorials, because you'll be reading about RAGs. And if you click on this button, you can get all kinds of RAG tutorials. Let's see. So we have everything you need for building a RAG, and we give you the best. I mean, we've done the research to come up with the best sources, the best references and sources for the RAG, and we put them here. You just need to read these RAG tutorials. But you'll see that we've packaged this better, and you don't have to worry. We also have some general tutorials on how to deploy things, how to build how to work in a virtual environment. So this is kind of general, but actually maybe I shouldn't show you this, because you'll be seeing it anyways. We also have tutorials on agents. We tell you the best tutorials. We guide you on the best ways to learn about the best agents and how to do them. But this is kind of on the side. This is kind of like just like the appendix. You don't have to worry too much about this, because you'll find it more efficiently in other places. So let's go back to the pages that I mentioned. So again, you go to here, you go to this page, you end up in our GitHub repository. And again, all you need to, the main page for you is this one here, contributing. and here we tell you about the general things about this, about our internship. And this is not only good for interns, it's also good for any contributors. So professionals, senior professionals, but we have a section, or we made it so that interns can also be very productive in this case. So basically we also tell you about the advantages of being a contributor. You can read this. These are all the advantages that you have for being a contributor. And this is, you don't have to be an intern for this. You can be just a senior professional and you'll get these advantages. But we're unique in the sense that we also have a special program for interns, and you can read about that here. We give you credit, actually, internship credit, if you complete the internship successfully. So you can read, if you go to, again, we're in this contributing page, and here you have this project, this section on how to get started, and then you also have this section of the advantages, and you have this link to the page for interns. So in this page for interns, you have a little bit more, basically clarifying that this is not a paid internship, it's not a paid internship, but we give you credit if you reach certain milestones. If you produce certain things, as I'll show you later, we'll give you internship credit. We'll say that you've been an intern, and you've done very well. You can put us on your resume, you can put us on your LinkedIn, and the knowledge that you have will help you in the interviews, and also having our name on your resume and this experience on your resume will help you actually to have a competitive resume. So so you can also read in this interns page this thing here, the posting, and in the posting again we just repeat the same thing. We say that we give you credit if you achieve certain, if you reach certain milestones. That this is not a paid internship, and it's flexible. You can do it at your own pace. We have weekly meetings at this. Well, it depends. Maybe this will change the time to some other time, but weekly we'll have. You'll get an email with our weekly meetings schedule, and then basically, let's go back here again. You go here, and this is the page you focus on. Here you have everything, but this is the first page that is very important for you. The second page and the other page, there are only two pages which are very important for you, and the other one is this one here, called the Strategies MVP project, which leads you to this page here. And here is where you have all the instructions. For example, first you have to register with us here. Again, you can try it, and if you don't, you can try it. If you don't reach a mile, you can come to the meetings. You can give us your feedback. If you think it's too hard, we'll work on it. If you think it's too easy or something like that, we'll try to make it fair for you. But we're open to help you. So you have to register here if you want to, if you want to get our emails and more office hours and things like that. And you just fill out this form here. And then basically you have the instructions for this page. It's called the Strategist MVP. It's minimum, MVP stands for minimum viable product, which has to do with the basic project, or the basic version of the product that you want to develop. And the instructions here just tell you that all you need to do is to follow these tickets basically. So you just start with this ticket. In this ticket, we tell you what are the different milestones that you have to achieve. Like if you achieve these milestones here, this one and this one, we give you 2 months of credit. If you achieve these other milestones here, we give you 3 additional months of credit. If you achieve these other milestones, we give you 3 additional months of credit, and we'll be here. We'll be happy to help you whenever we can. But again, we encourage people to focus on being self-sufficient by using LLMs and the other material there to come up with this, to basically have their answers, have their questions answered. So we also give you here, so basically you don't have to worry about this one, about this column, and you don't have to be worried about this column. This could be, this comes after you finish all this. This is basically for the last half of the year, if you want to stay with us. And this is just this is basically just a backup. It just that it shows up here, but it's, you don't even have to read it because it comes up here. But we have development tips. So basically you just go down the tickets. You start with this ticket, then the next one is this. Here we tell you how to get started, or how to set up your virtual environment, how to call LLMs for free, how to test and debug, all kinds of stuff, how to evaluate. Then once you do that, then you'll be ready for the next ticket item, which is this one. And here is basically the RAG workflow. To build a RAG, first basically you can look at these RAG videos to see what it is. It's the most basic GenAI tool. If you're good at building RAGs, GenAI, any GenAI project will be easy for you. Not easy, but you'll know what's going on. You'll have a lot of experience, all the basic fundamental experience in GenAI. So you can start with these videos or these tutorials. You just click on the links and read what we have. Then you have to worry about writing code for doing this data collection. Sometimes you just need to watch videos and find videos that have the code already, and you just basically implement that code. So these times are different. You don't have to start writing code from scratch. You can just go to tutorials. Sometimes they have codes already that you can reuse. So it's we don't care how you do it, because by doing that you'll learn anyway. But what we need are results. So then you have to. So basically, first you collect a lot of the private data or the specific data for what you're doing, and then what you do is that you need to chunk those documents. You need to basically convert those chunks into vectors, and you need to store those vectors in a vector database. Then you have to construct your knowledge base, and then you have to construct a way to retrieve that data. Given a question, you have to retrieve the relevant context, and once you have the question and the relevant context, you have to send it to the LLM and get the response and analyze the response. And there are also ways to evaluate that response. And if the response accuracy is not that good, then you have to make changes here. And basically, data science is full of experiments, full of optimization. So you'll have to do that to be able to get high accuracy for your RAG. And then all you need to do basically is after this step, which is the evaluation. I think we are in the RAG tutorials. Yeah. So we're in this section. Then we tell you where to get the specialized information. As you know, data science depends a lot on data. So to build something, you have to select a specific use case, a specific data set to work with, or specific data sets to work with. And in this case, we tell you which data sets to focus on. These are online, open source. You can get them through APIs. And then, so this is this item here. Then you go here, then we tell you how to develop this. We give you examples on how to develop the code. We give you 2 different codes, an advanced one and a basic one, and we tell you to develop your own by just following the examples. And finally, we tell you how to evaluate your results to make sure that your accuracy is correct. We give you the methods that you need to use. You just click on this link and you read that. and then basically we give you the credit, and to get credit you need to deploy it, and you need to do a demo to us, and then you need to raise a PR. You need to basically give us or publish your code on our repository. But this experience is very, very educational. So in summary, you'll get a lot of education. Whatever you do here is learning. I mean, any step that you take here will be something kind of new, or something that will help you to learn, to increase your knowledge and your experience. That's one thing. You'll learn a lot. As the internship posting says, the more you work, the more you contribute, the more you learn. That's for sure true. And then if you reach certain milestones, we will give you, we'll publish your work on our GitHub. And, and then the other advantages are, and also we'll give you internship credit for your resume. You can put the name of our company in your resume, and also you can put us on LinkedIn. You can put this experience on LinkedIn with our logo and everything. Everyone can see it, and also your contributions will be visible on GitHub. And it's flexible. You can do it at your own time. In fact, we encourage, you can also invite your friends. You can work with your friends as a team, or you can just invite them to do it individually, or for you to do it individually. I mean, you can either work individually or in teams. You can invite as many friends as you want. They're very welcome. And also, one of the things I should warn, one of the things is that these milestones will be good for about between 2 and 6 months. They'll be the goals. But after 2 or 6 months, we'll be at a different stage of development, and then we'll have to change the milestone a little bit. For example, initially we'll have a lot of different versions of the code, and everyone who comes up with a version of a rough version of the strategist, the platform, will get credit, and will basically we'll select the top versions and publish them, and have the next generation or the next set of interns, the ones that will come in 6 months or so, work on perfectioning or improving your models. They won't start from scratch like you guys. You guys are early in the game, and you're starting from scratch. But after 6 months, we'll have enough basic versions, enough basic models, different types of, from different people, and then after that we'll work on those models as opposed to starting from scratch. So these milestones will change in time, and also as we get feedback from you guys and your other colleagues who are not here, we'll be modifying some things just to make things better for you guys. And yes, so basically that is that's, I think, let me just see it. Yeah, so if you want, so that's kind of everything that we need to discuss. Now I'll give you a chance for questions. So basically, let me just summarize some things very quickly. All you need, this repo looks very, very complex, but all you need to do is to worry about this page, contributing, blah, 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 contributing.md. You read it, and also this page, which is the project page, which looks like this. And all you need to do is to register and follow the instructions for this column. Don't worry about this, don't worry about this. Just this, if you follow these tickets all the way to getting credit, you'll get credit, and you'll learn a whole lot. This is a non-paid internship, but what you get out of it is that you learn a whole lot, and equally important is that your resume looks better because you have a GenAI experience, and you can tell everything that you've done. And also, in the interviews, it'll be obvious that you know a lot, because in interviews they ask you I mean, at least in our case, we ask a lot of technical stuff. We take them exams. We make sure that they know how to think. They know their stuff. That they've done things. So this will give you an opportunity to gain that experience. Um, so so you're welcome to work individually, or you're welcome to invite your friends and work as a team with them. And please, even if you don't like working as a team, you can work individually. Personally, I like to work individually and also as a team, both. But you know, if your friends are interested, they can come and work individually or as a team with you, whichever way. You know the benefits, and we're open to your feedback. If you feel that we can improve certain things, please let us know. Also, in these tickets, you can always put your comments here. We'll read your comments. Your comments, questions. Every ticket has a section for you to write your comments. Feel free to write your comments, and then we'll be inviting you to our weekly office hours or open house as time goes by. And that's all I have to say. Now let me open this up to questions. Let me just do one thing here.